Alex, you not on the phone to Rabia?
This is literally the life of a real estate agent. Doesn't matter where you are, what you're doing. You could be on the toilet, you can be in the middle of cooking, you can be in the middle of a podcast. You will get that call and you will drop everything for your clients. So your first deal took 2 months.
2 months, yeah.
Amazing.
It really did. Like it takes a long time. It's not as easy as what people think it is. And sometimes it is. Some agents get lucky and some you really have to work at getting that deal. So, and I was one of them, but it made me persevere and probably become the agent that I am today. I want to be in
the Maldives.
Like today, most of my clients are referral clients, always coming back to me, and my clients referring other clients to me, and then I'm getting calls from people who I've rented from years ago and they've referred me still.
So what was the hardest part when you were starting out for any of our new agents that are listening in right now? From the military in the UK into cabin crew here in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. She's doing the newsreader.
Yeah.
Hey babes, I'm ready.
You've probably seen her listings and you've probably seen her deals, but today we get to know the person behind it all, the very lovely Layla Howes.
Hi, how are you?
How are you doing?
Very good, thank you.
Good. So please tell us, for people who don't know you yet, how would you introduce yourself?
To my friends or to my colleagues or to my clients?
Let's start with friends first.
Probably always babes. I'm known as babes with everyone. So, and even my clients, some of them call me babes, darling, so it's good.
So tell us, how long have you been in real estate now?
Since around the end of 2022, I started.
Okay.
So yeah, it's probably about 3.5 years now.
In Abu Dhabi?
Only in Abu Dhabi, I've only been in real estate. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And was this something that just happened, or have you always seen yourself in this industry?
I've never saw myself in this industry at all. I've got a very, very random background. Like my friends always say, like your CV, if you put it in front of an employer, no one would employ me because it literally is all over the place. I mean, I was in the military. I've been with Etihad as cabin crew. I've done furniture sales, hotel sales, personal training. So it's completely varied. But yeah, so I never ever saw myself in real estate. But I think for me, I've always been very interested in interior design, property and things like this. So kind of moving down here, I met our realtor. She found us a really nice place where we're currently living still. And I was like, oh my God, I just want your job. It just looks so glamorous. And yeah, I just was like, okay. And I took her number and we got chatting and basically the rest is history. And then I just got into real estate from knowing her and her getting me into the industry. So yeah.
So let's take it back a little bit.
Yeah.
This is a very,
I went
very
a bit too far then.
No, that was great. But let's take it back to the military because it's a very, very interesting background. Is there anything that you sort of have learned in the military that you have sort of brought into practice in real estate?
Probably discipline, definitely. My timekeeping, yes. Like it was a lot better then, obviously. I used to get into trouble if I was ever late. So in real estate, it's hard to sometimes keep up the timekeeping and everything because you've got so many clients and meetings and sometimes you overlap, but you always make up with that. But yeah, like the military really taught me a lot of life lessons and it was an amazing experience for me. I mean, I joined when I was 17, so I was a baby. I left home and like my parents were just like, oh my God, what are you doing? So yeah, I mean, I learned lots of life lessons in the military and it was one of the best experiences that I've ever had, to be honest with you. Like I couldn't picture myself doing it now, but yeah, it was very, very interesting at the time.
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so from the military in the UK into cabin crew here in Abu Dhabi.
Yes, I loved Etihad. So I left the military and I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And then I was searching one day online and I've always been interested in traveling and seeing the world. And I was like, right, okay, what's next for me? And then I saw Etihad pop up and I hadn't even heard of Abu Dhabi. I was like, Abu Dhabi, what? Where is that? So anyways, I didn't even research anything about it. And I just went to the interview. And then a week later, I had got the job and I was like, okay, maybe I need to find out where I'm moving to and where I'm actually going. So yeah, so I was with Etihad for about, how long was it? About 8-9 years. I flew with Etihad and I loved every second of it. So
Amazing.
yeah, it was wonderful. And it introduced me to Abu Dhabi and I fell in love with the UAE. So yeah, it was really great.
That's so nice. And do you remember your very first experience in real estate? So you've walked into a completely new industry.
Yeah.
You don't know anyone. I think you were living in Dubai before?
Yes. Well, I lived in Abu Dhabi. Then I moved to Dubai, met my husband, and then we moved here for his job. So yeah, it was good. But my first experience in real estate. So like I said previously, I met our agent who worked for a company here. Very well known company, and she introduced me to the director, and I got the job. I don't know how I got the job. I had no experience, so I was like, oh my god. But I'd done sales previously anyway, so I think if you come across in a certain way, and like, anyways, I got the job, and I would say my first encounter in real estate, I was doing lots of rentals, so it's hard in the beginning, so it's not easy, and you're learning on the job as a new realtor in Abu Dhabi, you knowing the areas and everything like this. So I was basically based in Ras Al Nakil for about 6 months doing rentals back to back. But I don't know if you know Ras Al Nakil.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
it's one of the oldest neighborhoods.
And it was amazing. And I learned so much from doing lots of rentals there, and especially along Al Raha Beach and things like this. But Ras Al Nakil was probably my first rental deal, and it probably took me about 2 months to secure a tenant in their first home there.
So your first deal took 2 months.
2 months, yeah.
Amazing.
It really did. Like it takes a long time. It's not as easy as what people think it is. And sometimes it is. Some agents get lucky, and some you really have to work at getting that deal. So, and I was one of them, but it made me persevere and probably become the agent that I am today. So
do you have any moments that stand out the most, like, like a nightmare story or like a horrific experience that maybe you kind of question what you were doing in real estate?
Not really. I've been super, super lucky. All my clients and even like my sellers, everyone, they've all been really amazing. And I think I've built really good relationships with everybody that I've worked with, even agents. So I've never had a horror story, to be completely honest with you, which I've been super, super lucky about. I mean, there's always the odd sellers and clients that are sometimes not happy, but we obviously work around that and make sure they're happy at the end of the day. But yeah, nothing major, I would say. Yeah.
So what was the hardest part when you were starting out for any of their new agents that are listening in right now?
I think any agent who's starting out new, it's about just understanding what you're doing, the processes. It all takes time to understand, and that's why I think it's really important to start off with rentals, because you really understand the market. You're doing so many viewings, you're seeing so many clients, and you're closing a lot more deals in rentals. Sales is a lot more, you take a lot more time with your clients, it's a lot more dedication, and it's a longer process, especially if you're finding them a home. But rentals, it's kind of a fast process, but it's also, you have to put a lot of time and dedication into that. And one client you could be taking up for a long days viewings and things like this. So also, you're new to the industry, so you don't have clients, you don't have sellers, you don't have owners. You have to build relationships with clients and they have to trust you and believe in you that you can find a right tenant for their home, or you could be the right agent to sell their property. They have to believe in you as you're basically selling yourself and your company, that you can do the best for them, for their property. And the clients who are coming to you to look for their homes, investments, or a place to live, they're trusting you, that you're listening to them and understanding their needs, requirements, and everything that they want to be able to move forward with everything.
100%. So, I agree with you 100%. Yeah. It really, really takes time to learn how to listen.
Absolutely.
And find the client. Exactly what they're looking for.
And that's the hardest part. And I think that's where you really have to take that time in the beginning. And that's today, most of my clients are referral clients, always coming back to me, and my clients referring other clients to me. And then I'm getting calls from people who I've rented from years ago, and they've referred me still. So I think if you do a good job from the day one, you're always going to get referral clients. And these are the ones that are going to remain loyal as well. So they're really important, and you have to take care of them. So
was there a moment or a time where everything sort of clicked together and you thought, okay, this is it. This is where I want to continue progressing and improving and furthering your career?
Yeah, I would say it took me about a year in real estate to actually get to the point where I wanted to be. And I think as soon as I started to get into sales, at the company I was at previously, we had a building on Yas Island, Mayan, and we had the whole building for sale. And it was great. It was a great way of me to start after I had learned the industry. I'd understood Abu Dhabi, the market and everything. And then it was time for me to go into sales. And that's when I fell in love with real estate. I think the sales side of it and understanding the processes there, I really, really fell in love with real estate. And I knew that I was home, kind of. I knew that this is where I was meant to be.
That's nice. You were home. Okay, so now it's a few years on from when you first started. You're obviously a lot more comfortable in the industry. What would you describe as your approach with clients today?
I always, especially new clients as well, and clients who I haven't met before, I do try to meet them always, or at least have a good conversation with them and understand their needs and requirements before doing anything, because I don't want to be that standard agent that's just throwing options at them all the time. I really want to understand what they're looking for, whether it be an investment property or a place that they want to find their home, or they need to sell their property. I really want to understand the client and let them know what I can do for them and what I can offer them. So
absolutely. So it's more the personal,
absolutely
personal choice.
Yeah, personable.
Yeah. So now you're in Altura Property Group. How did that happen?
So previously I was at Henry Wiltshire, great company, but they were predominantly focused on the secondary market, I would say. So off-plan, resales, working with developers, it wasn't their strong point. And I knew that I wanted to grow even more so in the industry. And I had a few clients asking me more about off-plan properties, and I was like, I don't really know too much about it, but I want to. So I would just speak to a few agents, and then that's where Alex comes into it. So I got to know Alex, and we did a few off-plan deals together, and then I always kept in touch with him, and we'd always chat and everything. And then he asked me for a meeting one day, and then let's just say the rest is history. I accepted an offer with them and decided to join Altura.
Amazing. And what was it about Altura that stood out to you that convinced you to move forward?
I just thought that Lucas and Alex, they're both very young. They've got a vision. They're very ambitious. They're driven. And that really motivates me as well, because I want to do well. I love real estate, and I want to progress, and I want to be the best, and I want to understand and work with the best developers and have the best properties and things like this. So I want to have that for my clients, and I just saw their vision and I thought, that's where I want to go, that's where I want to be. So yeah, it was a no-brainer really. So
from your experience, what are you seeing in Abu Dhabi right now in the market, and from your clients, what are they usually asking you for?
It's a little bit mixed at the moment, to be honest with you. I am dealing with a lot more off-plan resales ready for handover. So handover properties that are off-plan and they're close to mortgage, I would say. So there's lots of families looking, say, for Sustainable City, Yes Park Views, Yes Park Gate, places like that, where they could possibly look at these off-plan properties and then take over as a mortgage. So I'm getting lots of inquiries from clients for that. Yes Golf Collection, for instance, was very, very popular. On handover, there was so many transactions, which I loved, and it was fabulous. And I love Yes Golf Collection, so yeah. A lot more of my clients are looking in investment properties as well, 1 or 2 beds, especially on Yas Island, knowing what's happening and what's coming up in the future there. So I think it's really important that they find something that could potentially make them lots of I won't say that, lots of money. What can I say instead of that? Make them lots of dollars.
Absolutely. Lots of, why not? I mean, everybody's here to do an investment.
No,
You're actually looking for
I'm looking for a return in investment for them. So they want to find the highest appreciation, or whether they can get a great property to rent out with a high ROI on handover. So That's mainly my request. I'm not seeing as many secondary as previously. And like when I was at my previous company, that's all I did, predominantly secondary sales. So I'm finding a lot more with, I think, the newer developments handing over in Abu Dhabi. There's a lot more off-plan resales on handover that I'm currently working on. So that seems to be my market right now.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And speaking of projects that are handing over very soon, are there any of them that you are keeping your eye out for?
Definitely Grove in Sadia, Cultural District. I think that could be really, really interesting on handover to see where the current market is and the pricing. Sustainable City has been very, very popular. I've done lots of transactions throughout the year. So I'm interested to see on where the market is actually going to go on handover and how much the appreciation is going to be on the townhouses there as well. So let's see what happens.
We will see, won't we?
Exactly.
So we've kind of touched on this earlier, but what would you say? Blah, 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 blah. We've touched on this a little earlier, but what would you say is your favorite part of real estate?
My favorite part of real estate, I love being busy, okay? If I'm not busy, I get worried and I panic. And Alex and Lucas are sick of me because I'm literally like, okay, what should I do? So I like the hustle and bustle. I love being out with clients. I love meeting them, even if it's a Zoom call or showing them around developments or taking them to Ramhan to show them the villas and things like that they have there. I love that side of real estate. So yeah, and obviously closing the deals and making sure that they get the right investment and the right property and their forever home.
So take us on a day. What is your daily routine? So from the moment that you wake up until you go to bed at night, take us in a little Layla
day, a Layla Babes day. Okay, I start my day very early. Okay, I probably get up about 5:30.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I'm an early riser, and I tend to have my breakfast and I do all my emails and admin really, really early on, and I message my clients. A lot of my clients are like me anyway, which is good. They're up early. And then I'm a little bit of a gym freak, so I do like to do my workouts in the morning or Pilates, and then I'll come home and then I will be on emails or calls, or if I've got viewings or transfers, I will be there. So and no day's the same in real estate. Every day is completely different. I would say you can't really have a set routine, but you kind of have to have a routine if you kind of understand what I mean. So I always try to contact my clients on a daily basis just to make sure that if their property's still available, what's their plans for it. Contact clients who are looking, some clients who are investors, let them know what's happening in the market. So yeah, it's always very busy. There's always stuff to do in real estate,
isn't there?
Yeah. NOCs, they're fun. So yeah, we're good.
And where do you see yourself in the next few years, or where would you like to be?
Yeah. I don't even know what I was thinking.
It's
I have
20.
no idea. I want to be in.
You want to be in the Maldives. So in 2030, it's just around the corner. You're sitting in the Maldives, sipping on a cocktail.
Exactly.
So it's almost 2030.
Okay.
You're on vacation in the Maldives, having a cocktail.
Love that.
And you need to come back to Abu Dhabi. What are you coming back to? Is it real estate?
Always real estate. I can't see myself moving from real estate now. I've got a real passion for it, and I never thought that I would, and I absolutely love it, and I don't see myself doing anything different. Of course, I would love to be even more successful and have even more amazing clients, and just make sure that I'm just doing the best for them, and just continue to grow with the real estate market in Abu Dhabi.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So for anyone who's thinking about getting into real estate, what would you like to tell them?
I would definitely say don't run before you can walk, because you have to understand the market. You have to understand what you're renting, what you're selling. You really have to know what you're doing process-wise as well. So as much as all the new agents, they want to sell, and I completely understand that. Selling is amazing, but you really need to do the rentals first. That's why you get the best clients as well for when you're selling. They always come back to you and refer you. So I always think that start off slow, and then build your way up. I think that's the most important thing you could ever tell a new agent in the market.
Absolutely. I think agree. A lot of new agents sort of walk in thinking that they're going for that like 100 million dirham deal immediately, and it's just going to be easy money.
Do the rental studios, do the one beds, and honestly, you'll succeed long term because you'll really understand what you're selling long term then.
Yeah. So it's not a one and done. It's you maintaining those relationships and growing with them.
Yeah. I mean, I did rentals for a year, maybe even longer before I went into sales, and it really, really put me in the position that I am today to be able to sell and do what I do on a daily basis. So
amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No worries. Okay.
And our very last question.
I'm scared.
If you were to describe your real estate journey in just one sentence, what would it be?
Oh my God. Real estate's like a roller coaster, isn't it? You're going to have ups and downs of emotions on a daily, weekly basis. Like, I know sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, what's happening? And then sometimes I'm like, oh my God, it's done, the deal's done. So it is a roller coaster of emotions, I think, in real estate, but they're mainly good, fast, fun roller coasters. So, I mean, it's one of those where I don't like the answer.
You don't? I liked it.
Do you like it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
I think it was really nice. And I actually agree with you, you know, like you have those days where you're just like, why have I started real estate? What am I doing here? You know, you question yourself, you question the industry, you question your ability. And then the next day,
you're on a massive high and you close that deal and you just think, oh my God, this is why I do this job. That like my clients are happy, the sellers are happy, and I'm happy. And I mean, it's definitely a roller coaster.
Everybody's happy.
Yes. That's the main thing. It's the most important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks,
It was really nice to have you today.
Thanks for having me. Don't ask me to come again.
You're so cute. It's so cute. Okay, so should we close?
Can you ask the question again? The last question?
Yeah. Okay.
It would have been better if we didn't make it.
Alex! Are you not on the phone to Rabia?
Hi, Layla.
This is literally the life of a real estate agent. Doesn't matter where you are, what you're doing. You could be on the toilet, you can be in the middle of cooking, you can be in the middle of a podcast. You will get that call and you will drop everything for your clients. We are going to take a quick break to allow Layla to finish this deal.
Yeah, I've got to do this now. Yeah.
One eternity later.
Yeah. Nearly done. Got the word. Let's see.
Thank you again for coming.
Thank you,
Paige. It's a pleasure having you here. If you'd like to reach Layla, you can find her contact details listed below. Join us next time on Stacked with another very lovely guest.